We can
You
hear
got
you. Good
you got
morning.
the big
No,
mic. Look at you. Look at you.
that's odd.
Can you hear us?
I hear you. That's what it is.
Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us, Renee.
Not yet. I just sent him a message.
Okay, thank you. Right. Well, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to just share a couple of things with you, and then I'm going to introduce our CEO. I thank God that he has committed to meeting with us at least maybe once a month. So, again, I really want people to open up their cameras so he can see who's on here, that he can be connected, that he knows you and at least know him, especially to our new members because we have a lot of them. I'm going to just highlight some events, highlight some things that we should know, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the meeting. Monday night, we have our corporate call. We have a corporate call every first Monday. And so it's going to be our update call with our CEO. And so you definitely want to get as many of your team members on the call as possible. For whatever reason, it is recorded in our back office. And so if you are brand new, you want to go back and look at some of the corporate calls. It's under CEO update. I want you to know that we have multiple Zooms for multiple Zooms throughout the week. We have Zoom almost every day. So these are the Team Legacy Zooms. Some leaders have their own. I know Keith Brown has his own. Apostle Phyllis has her own Zooms. But these are the Legacy Zooms, and they are open to everyone. And so we have our Faith Leaders Call, which is our biggest call. We have a West Coast call on Tuesday. We have a Wealthy Wednesday call on Wednesday. The Chessman call on Thursday. Friday night, I call them the Queens of Comedy, and then the Travel Plug with Dr. Renee. So these are our calls. We also want to encourage you to go to Las Vegas if at all possible. This is our major corporate event. David let me know that the Black Tie Affair is almost sold out. So if you're planning to go to that right now, it looks like it's $150. 2024 Ignite Your Business. I'm not here. I guess he'll give you the status on that, but you want to definitely, I'm strongly encouraging you to attend this event. All of the ambassadors are going because that's what we need to do. So this is considered our corporate event for the quarter. If you are a legacy member, whether you are on King's team, Team Rebirth, team this, whatever, we invite you to come to the ambassador training in New Orleans. I know that the tickets, the training has been sold out a couple of times, and David will let y'all know if he's going to add some more rooms. Ain't that right, David? We
Yeah, we're
also
adding more rooms. Yeah, we've added more rooms.
Okay, good. And then the team conference, we're not going to do one this year because corporate has now started uh, uh, quarterly meetings and ambassador trainings. So we're going to do a team cruise in March. And so today at 12 o'clock, we're going to meet with Virgin Voyagers. We chose not to do Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and because as some of the others, one, because we found that this one can be just as economical if we sign up during this month. We'll share that with you at 12 o'clock. But also, it's an all adult, all inclusive luxury cruise. Everything is a la carte. There are no buffets, there are no children running around. And we'll actually, and then your gratuities, soft drinks, all that kind of stuff is already included in the price. Whereas with Carnival and Royal Caribbean, you got to pay for all that stuff separate. And then the last thing that I would say is that you want to plan, if you have not planned a world tour or vacation, or you have not become a product of a product, you definitely want to become the product of a product. Congratulations to those of you who started the year out by taking a trip. Those who went to Punta Cana, those that went to Dubai, I know, and likewise, that's the way you build, one of the ways you build your business. So that is the end of what I want to say. I want to go ahead, and for those of you who have not know, who don't know me, my name is Deborah Taylor. I am the ambassador, or they call me the triple ambassador, for this team. And I am definitely excited at the growth. We have added some phenomenal leaders, and I see them on here in this last month. And I know that we are getting ready to do some amazing things. I want to go ahead and introduce David Hart. David Hart, and I met him in 2017. Yeah, 2017. I actually did not want to actually join this business, but I did, and we met while my husband was ill, and I needed to meet the leader. I wanted to meet the leader because I had been in several other companies, and the leadership is always important. Met him. Long story short, I ended up joining Travorium, and it's going on 7 years. I have seen this company grow by leaps and bounds, and I know it's because of the vision of David Hart. We have, this business is nothing like it was when I first came in. I watched it grow. I have been here for the highs, the lows, the ins and outs. And David has the tenacity of a leader, but he's also has the pulse of the people. He has the pulse of the membership. And that's what my husband and I liked. We liked the idea that he cared about the people, that in the Bible it says the ones that seed in the crumbs, you know, the people that are just normal everyday people who have never did network marketing and are making it work in this business. But he also understands the game at the top. He also understands top leaders. And that has been important to me, for him, for me, as I have went on to come and build really 2 lucrative books of business. I appreciate him. I honor him. I honor his wife. We are all, I consider them friends and confidants. And I am excited to be here for him to take this time out this morning to be here. Tell Adela I love her. I see her talking. That's my girl. And
Yeah.
what'd she say?
Well, I'm trying to get her to grab me another cup of coffee here, get my morning started. So,
Okay, tell her to wait. Is that your broken cup?
no, actually, I have a, yeah, it's a funny story. I have a broken cup that I won't get rid of, which is kind of hilarious, but it was given to me a long time ago. No, it's just the Travorium cup. So
Okay, all right,
I'm flying my colors today.
all right,
So
all right,
flying
all
the
right,
colors. I guess I'm flying orange today.
all,
So
all
my
right.
Travorium shirt on, my Travorium cup. Yeah, I'm good to go. So
You good to go. You good to go. Everybody admires the luggage that you bought us. Everybody is like, "Oh, I want that luggage," and I believe we soon to be able to get it in the back office. So I want to present to some and introduce to others our CEO of Travorium, the visionary, and hopefully maybe Adela can sneak in and wave. But they again are great leaders. Adela is the visionary for the Louis Vuitton experience that we have, and boy, oh boy, she treats us well with that. And so to some, thank you so much for joining us this morning. David, take it away.
all right. Well, it's good to be on this call with all the leaders here. And I have to say first, it's a Saturday. And if you're on this call, I want to applaud you, number one, for just being here. Most people in life don't even show up to do what you're doing. So just to to make the commitment to be on this call, to be focused, to be thinking about building your business, to be here, taking notes. That's a big step in the right direction of finding success, because most people never even show up. That's the truth. That's the fact of the matter. They sign up and they become secret agents. They never do anything. Honey, can you make me one cup of coffee before you go while she's getting ready to go do her thing at the gym, and I'm asking for a cup of coffee. You can see her there in the background. She's like, okay, I'll do it for you real quick. So we're just keeping it real this morning. So but yeah, most people don't they talk a big game, but they don't do anything. And if you're here today and you're taking your time out, it's because you want to learn. You're looking for that one nugget that's going to help you move forward in business, forward in life. And I applaud you for doing that. And that is super key. You know, I've been involved in the network marketing industry since I was 26 years old. I spent my first 3 years going to events and meetings, trying to figure out how the heck you build a downline. And I wasn't very successful in network marketing at the beginning. There was a growth curve, a communicational curve that I had to learn. It was different than running just a regular business. I was successful by the time I was 26 years old in conventional business. I was making multiple six figures a year, believe it or not, washing and waxing cars in parking lots. I had 20 trucks working for me all over our little community and towns around our community, cleaning
Oh,
That was funny. Now that was funny.
Well, he's coming back. His internet went out, and he's trying to get back in.
somebody may have.
I'm back. All right, all right. So I tried to get back in. It said it reached max capacity. That's a good sign, right? I think, Deborah, we're gonna have to get more seats in your Zoom. That's a good feeling, right? So where was I? I was talking about I'm just sharing stories with you guys, I guess.
Feel the need and create wealth. That's what I have.
Yeah. So you know, that company that I was in, they didn't deliver on the services and product. And you know, I learned a big lesson. Like I was telling you guys, I think a lot of times we learn more from negative experiences or pain than we do from positive things or you know, when we have a great experience. So I learned that, hey, you know what? You always have to deliver on your services and products and do what you say you're going to do. And, you know, I coached youth basketball, AAU basketball for, 7 years, and high school basketball for a couple of years. And I used to always tell my kids that I would have them define the word character. And the way I define the word character is that you're doing the right things when nobody's looking, right? And that's one sign of a good business, that you're doing the right things when nobody's looking. I would tell the kids, I said, we would talk about they want to improve their game and get better. And these were all exceptional kids. They all went on and played high school basketball, all started their high school basketball teams. And I had this group of young kids that from about sixth grade, I coached them to the 10th grade. So maybe 5 or 6 years, and they exceptional parents, exceptional kids. They're all great in school, all phenomenal athletes. All of them actually have gone on to be very successful in business or have successful families. One of those children is my son Joshua, at 30 years old, and he's still. We're all still friends on Facebook, or I'll see these young guys, these young men in town, and you know, one of the things we talk about is, you know, integrity is how you treat and act around other people and do what you say you do. And that's important, but character is equally as important, because it's what you say and do when nobody's looking, right? It's behind the scenes. And if you're still doing the right things, then you're going to do great things and have good experiences in life. So I learned that character is important in business. And then I went into a company, another company, a nutritional company after that. I built 4 huge downlines in network marketing. And this was about 2010, I think, not 2011, somewhere around that area. It gets a little foggy in that time because it's pretty negative and I don't remember a lot of dates. So this is my 4th company in network marketing that I'm building, or 5th company, I guess, because Amway was the first. And with that break in between of about 7 years. And I get involved in this company, and you know what? They did some crazy things. They were having issues with their legal team and their product. They started another MLM company and didn't tell the distributor force, and then just moved everybody over from a nutritional company into a coffee company. And it was a disaster. And I remember Cynthia Sly was on my team at that time. She was in my downline. And I remember her calling me up going, "Oh my God, David, what the heck is going on?" And I said, "I have no idea. This is the first I'm hearing about it." And you know, her and I had worked extremely hard in a company that was having challenges to go build and have success, to only come to find out that they started a new MLM company and they divided our downline, meaning that our downline that wanted to stay in the nutritional company was separate from the downline that moved to a coffee company. And if you've been around the space, you know that if you have a comp plan and your downlines in 2 separate companies, and you're trying to build within their qualifications, it's almost like near impossible to stay and keep your income. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me." And so from that company, what I learned from that company is that, you know what? You have to learn to treat people fairly, and you have to be committed to the endeavor at hand. If you don't treat people, if you don't care about the people that are in your team from the corporate level, you're never going to find ultimate success. And so that's one of the principles of our business. It's the 3rd principle, which is that people do matter. I learned that company and their corporate staff, they didn't care about people. People didn't matter to them. It was all about them. And it's interesting, in network marketing, we say that you have to be servant leaders. You have to care and work with people on your team and pour into other people and help them become leaders. And it's no different at the corporate level. It has to be that way all the way through, because, hey, you know what? I'm building a downline, and my downline is right here. It's everybody that's in the team, right? So that's a little bit about my philosophy in building a network marketing, and some of my experiences within the network marketing space. And in business, we've had lots of shots taken us as a company since we've been here since 2013. And what I would tell you is that bad experiences or challenges come and they go. It's how you react to them and what you're doing as you go through your challenge. One time, it's been about 8 years now. We had a software company that was providing a service for us. And I was paying that software company a lot of money every single month. I was paying that software company more than I was taking from the company. And come to find out, we were funding their ability to go out and build their own software. And they ended up starting an MLM company and had access to my entire database. And I was in a contract and such that I was paying these guys while they were damaging our company. But my attitude was, no matter what, I'm going to figure this out and we're going to get through this process. So you have things that come across your plate or your table when you're building or in any kind of business, and you have to be able to endure those challenges and remember that the focus should be where you're going to be 2, 3, 4, or 5 years from now. That's what successful people do. They don't look at the current circumstances. that may seem difficult at the time, they're looking out 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now where their business is going to be, so they can keep focused on the prize. They're looking ahead, right? Let me see here. Where is it? I love this. I got just one slide for you guys today. Host disabled participant sharing.
Just
You are
cut it
now
on.
okay. See if I can bring that up just real quick. By the way, this is the getaway that I love to go on in Cabo San Lucas. I'm going to be down there in June. I was just there in March for my birthday, but I will be down there in June. It's a 2-bedroom suite, Cabo Azul. I think we paid $479 after our points. Most people, when they go down there, when we were down there in March, the going rate was about $7,000 in a 2-bedroom suite for a week, and we paid $479. I think I paid $379 or $349 through our platform to go down there for a week. So I love being a product of the product. I would tell you when you use the getaways, because we don't curate those deals. They come, we buy a wholesale feed, and all the resorts come in there. Just make sure you do your research on that resort before you book it. And I would tell you to do that on Priceline or Expedia too. Before you book a hotel, go make sure, hey, that's the hotel you want to stay at. Look at reviews, look at pictures, make sure it's the place you want to be at. Okay. What a great experience we had at that company. I love this slide. This is kind of where I was getting to with you guys today through my stories that I shared with you. When people look at other people that are successful, they only see, the top of the iceberg. They don't see all the challenges that individual has gone through, and what it takes to become successful. But under that iceberg that sticks out of the water is a much deeper base that keeps the top of the iceberg very stable. And you can see right here, what you can see in the words where, what keeps your base stable in business that people don't see when they're only looking at, that ambassador going on that trip, or that ambassador doing that experience, or the ambassador lifestyle, or you see people in Kazakhstan in 10 months reach, 200,000. Actually, it's, we're talking about Gulsum. She's been in our company for 10 months, and last month she made $38,000. So she's going to make well over 200,000 in income in the next 12 months. I posted on our Facebook page that she's a $200,000 plus earner. I've never been one to throw out big numbers. I kind of think people's incomes are private. I don't know why in network marketing it's not really private, but she's going to make a lot of money in the next 12 months, well over 200,000 in income. So I thought when I posted that the other day, I thought, well, if someone doesn't get excited that you can go out in 10 months, earn, 200,000 in residual based income, then maybe this business isn't for you, but that iceberg, you see the top of the iceberg and you see all the success, right? But you don't see under the water, what that ambassador, what that leader has gone through, all the hard work they're doing, the persistence, the late night that they stay up. A lot of you guys stay up late nights and you're counseling with people, or you're doing Zooms, or you're driving home from a presentation. Most people don't see the rejections or all the different sacrifices plan.
Are there any questions about any of the things that he has said thus far, as far as all of the new members. David, are you back? Let me
I'm
know if
back.
you, okay, there you are. Okay.
And then we'll just open it up and do some roundabout chat. Um, I was just let's see here last time, but one of the biggest things is, doubt. I mean, that we constantly fight. And then the other is the failure process, network marketing and a people business, a lot of early failures, telling people quitting, finding the right people that have the mindset of the to on, and then risk. So all those things underneath the iceberg is what um, that you're dealing with makes that iceberg stable. And so remember the process, and you feel like you're having challenges in these areas that you're not you're normal. I guess I'm saying that everybody has these challenges in their business. It's the people that endure and fight through that are the ones that move on and win in business. And so what is that? Mastering the art of network marketing. I think that most people, if they focus on the action steps to build you and build your business, um, you will find success. And so what are those action steps? Working on your ability to communicate with people, working on whatever you fear and making that part of your daily process. I remember early on in network marketing, one of my fears was speaking and training, doing meetings like this, or getting up in front of the room and doing a presentation. And I had told myself at one point that anytime I felt uncomfortable or I feared or had the butterflies in doing the presentation or speaking in front of people, that I was doing the right thing, that was a feeling that I needed to feel, that was a process that I had to go through to be successful. And I told my mind that anytime I was doing that, anytime I was speaking, anytime that I was uncomfortable, I was doing the right thing. And it was part of the process of being successful. For you, maybe it's just, reaching out, calling people and texting people and sending out videos. But train your mind, train yourself to think in a way that, hey, if I'm uncomfortable and I don't fully feel secure in what I'm doing, then I'm doing the right thing, because everything that you want in life is not based on action steps that you feel comfortable doing today. When you accept the concept or the idea of change where you feel uncomfortable, that's where success begins. Because if we continue to do what we've always done, we will continue to win what we've always won. It's kind of a cliche in network marketing, yes, but it's so true. So get out of your comfort zone and get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Does that make sense? So what do you do? If you get to do, if you learn to do a couple of things real well in our business, learn how to present our company. You have leadership in the team right here that knows how to present the business. Take notes. If you get on a Zoom, and get on that Zoom and take notes on how they do the presentation, leadership notes on how people's talk about how they build a business or their mindsets. Write it down. I'm a big believer in writing down what you hear, because it's going to sink deeper into your mindset. It's going to be more prevalent in the way that you think if you hear it, read it, and write it. So sharing the business, that's a big goal, or a big thing that we must do if we're going to find success. Learn how to master sharing our company. When people ask me, David, when people ask you what kind of business that you're in, I say, well, I'm in the tourism industry. Our business is all over the world, and we show people how to travel more, travel better, travel for less. And by the way, I didn't make up that statement. That came from a distributor in our group. I liked it, so I used it. And I said, but what our real business is, so we're in the travel industry, but what our real business is that we have an affiliate program that shows people how to make money by showing others how to save money on travel. I focus on the side of showing people how to make money. I believe wholeheartedly that I'm going to attract more people to me by showing them how to create an income. you know, my passion in my life at this point in my life is to share with people how to become an entrepreneur, giving them entrepreneurial skill sets to be successful in business and to bring hope and prosperity around the world through Travorium. That is that's my goal in life. That's my mission. That's what I want to do. And it's taken a long time for me to figure out what exactly it is that I wanted to do. I've always known it, but to completely define it, um, we're in a good place right here. So, Deborah, I'm just going to open it up for questions and answers. I always enjoy being on this call with you and your team and the wonderful people here. So I'll take it off the screen share and just open it up. So.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say I appreciate you taking out the time because I know this your big car day. Don't go buy a car.
I'm gonna watch you, by the way. Oh, there'll be 800 to 1,000 incredible cars down there today. And I'm gonna be like a kid in the candy store, but Adele will be right next to me going, no, 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 honey, you have enough cars. And I have enough cars. I've got a lot of cars. So you're not buying that car. I got a garage in my mountain home. I can go put a car in the garage. No, 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 David, you're not gonna do that. No.
So I definitely appreciate you. I want to just say thank you to all of the leaders who and all of the team new members who have come on. I'm going to see if they have any questions. Some of them you have never met or you know. I'm going to ask Mr. Dickerson to say something. Skates, John King. I call them the chessmen, and for that reason. I call him the chessman because a guy who the anniversary of his passing was yesterday. And one of his big games was playing chess. One of his big things was playing chess, dominoes, and football. Him and Todd was always go back between the Packers and the Bears, and they shared the same birthday. And so as we were growing, it just became a part of what we do. And so when these young men came in the business, Mr. Skates lost his wife immediately after he came in. And so he sat for a little while. But since that time, since January, they have really been moving this book of business in my leg of business. So I want to introduce them as well and let them introduce themselves and anyone else if you have any questions. But I just think that it's important. They hail out of St. Louis. St. Louis is one of our big markets that is growing right now. I was just talking to Renithia. I had talked to Keith Brown. He's going there in May. So I may have to push myself to go there in May after I come off sabbatical with my family. But I am definitely excited about what's getting ready to transpire in this business. So Mr. James, John, I call them Peter, James, and John, Donnie, all of you, and they all came in through Michelle Campbell. So say something.
I know that name. Yes.
Good to see you again, David.
Hey, James, how are you doing? Good to see you as well, brother.
Oh man, super fantastic. I'm glad to be here, man. I'm at home, bro.
Awesome. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad you're here. It's
Yeah.
I saw you when the Zoom started, put a smile on my face. So I'm like, that's cool.
Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know, I was when I first was introduced to it, the more they talked about it, the more I was like, man, this is amazing. And then they said your name, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But that became another reason why I had to say absolutely yes, enthusiastic down to the core of my being, yes to the opportunity to make history with you. And people on here don't know, but John and Miss Deborah knows that we met many years ago when the company had a different name and it was in a different it had a different format and structure.
Yes.
And I'm bringing that up, man, to say that I met I met you through some other leaders before, and everyone here who never met him, his personality is in person as genuine as you might think it is, shining through in this Zoom. And he showed me amazing hospitality. We spent some quality time in Las Vegas, and he invited me to the company back then. I didn't make the move, and it was around the same time that Deborah Taylor and Guy Taylor was joining the company. If I would have made the move back then, I'd be a multi-million-dollar earning Travorium. But but I didn't make the move. But it's not too late, because this is a fresh opportunity in terms of what critical mass is in network marketing. So I'm excited, man, to be here at this time, and salute to you for the way that you put this together. This is truly, truly the network marketer's dream. People like me who have been through. Oh yeah, and by the way, I apologize to you for what we did to y'all, and messing up the other company you was in when we started the coffee company. Hey,
You know about that, so you know exactly. You know that
no,
what I'm saying
no,
is.
but Dave, look, no. What you? I don't know if you remember, but he hired me to create that company. I named it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
I remember the day y'all found out about it.
Yeah.
It's the same day I found out that he was keeping them separate and then messing up the other one. I didn't know. So, but
Yeah.
I know that would never happen here. So, salute to you. I don't want to take up any more of the time.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and I'm glad that you're here, James.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions, or John, or
Yeah,
anybody
this
else?
is
And
yeah.
I'd be
Hey,
remiss and I'd be
Mr. Hart,
remiss
it's
if I
definitely
didn't
nice to
say,
meet you. This is John King here out of St. Louis, and I'm like I said, I'm really excited. I was saying I've been in this industry for about 3 decades, and I love to hear your story. I like what you talk about leading with the compensation. I think that is I think you're dead on with people. There are a lot of people out there looking for a way to create income. And so my question to you is, even because the product is such profound and dynamic, it's almost hard to talk about the money when you've got such a great product. How do you go about that, and or how do you see others that are leading with the compensation plan to do that?
So, I mean, when I talk about our company, I tell them that we're in the tourism business, in the travel space, which is the largest space in the world. So the market potential is unlimited. That we're in 60 plus countries, and because of social media and because of the reach you have in technology, your business could go all over the world. So I just quickly try, and I always try to do things in like quick sound bites, and I'm seeing what they're going to gravitate towards. They're going to gravitate towards travel, or they're going to gravitate towards compensation plan. But I quickly move from that into, here's an opportunity with our company that you could go out and create wealth. You could go out and create part-time income. That you could go out, and we have ambassadors in our company that are earning six figures a year that have been here less than 6 months. I'm looking for, in that conversation, what they gravitate towards. If somebody says, oh, I would love to earn part-time income, then I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about what it takes to become a 2-star director. If there's somebody that says, hey, I want to, I'd love to earn 6 figures a year. Tell me about what that ambassador, who is that ambassador? What did they do? So I will let people kind of lead me into segments of the conversation, and then focus on what they want to hear. But for me, I always focus on, hey, I'm looking to partner with people that are interested in making more money, that want to make residual based income. And we do it through travel. And we show people how to travel better, travel, for less, and travel more. So however you want to say that process. And I said, we have the world's best travel product on the planet. I tell people that all the time because I know it to be true.
Right.
So, that's if that hopefully that answered your question. But I always lead with the opportunity of owning a business from home. but within that message, I do tailor in a little bit about what we do as a travel company. But I don't go into, hey, you can go to Thailand for $129 and stay at the JW Marriott, for 6 days. Nobody has that rate in the world. I don't spend a lot of time there. Now, as I get into a presentation later in conversations, I'll do that with people. I'll get into that. But my goal at the beginning is to get them excited about the potential of making money. So, because I'm like, because like we want to invest time in with people that are go-getters. They want to go after it. They want to make income. They're looking to change their lives. Somebody wants to come in and be a customer and travel, love you too. I know that Dr. Renee, she came in here to be a customer only, and today she's a 3-star director, right? So there's all different approaches and ways to capture people's attention in our business. But the go-getters, I'm looking for go-getters right away. And I believe from my perspective that if I'm looking to do that, then I want to be talking to people that want to make money. And somebody that wants to make money is somebody that wants to build a team.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
David, what was your biggest surprise about me? Tell that story. That I love that story. Even though you say I say it wrong.
You do say it. You do say it wrong. You got a funny twist on it. So gosh, Deborah, you put me on the spot here, aren't you? So when I first met Deborah, in my heart, I was led to not really talk about the business with her, but minister to her about her husband. A guy was going through a kidney failure and needed a transplant. And I was in the same process. I'd gone through that same process with Adela. And so when I pulled her off after that meeting in Atlanta, I didn't even talk to her about business. I just shared my story with her, prayed with her, and I wanted to give her hope that there would be a better day. So, and then, after I got to know her a little bit, I was like, you can never judge a book by its cover. That's what it came down to, because I thought, this lady's not going to build a business. And, but you know what? You can't judge people, can't judge a book by the cover. I thought, she's a senior citizen, she's got her husband's, in the hospital. I had no idea that, she was going to go back to the hospital while she was there in the hospital and pick up the phone and start calling people and recruit people. And so, you never judge a book by its cover, because you don't know the heart of somebody. You can't open up their chest and see their heart, meaning what they're willing to endure and how they're going to fight. And one thing for sure is Deborah is a fighter, champion mindset. She's fierce. I wouldn't want to have a battle of the mind and heart against her. Many of us would be challenged to win that battle. So never judge a book by its cover, because you don't know who they are inside and what their desires are and what they want in life.
Good way to say it. That's a good way to say it, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling somebody the other day, they was saying something to me about not being able to do something. And I gave them your favorite line to me, Todd, and the rest of us. I know what I pay you. Check your e-wallet.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be all right.
So, and to the leaders, since it's a leaders meeting, those are the things sometimes you deal with. There's always a backstory. There's always stuff going on that you don't see. And that's why it's important to be connected to your leader, to be connected to the leader that's connected to the leaders. It's just important to do that. And so, but I love that story, because we continue to build this business. Me and Mr. Dickerson have a kindred spirit. And he almost said no, but he said my story helped him say yes. And I think that that's important, because people never know what you're going through. This weekend is a very hard weekend for me and my family, probably the next couple of months. But in the process, we're still building, we're still growing. That's why I don't accept excuses. Excuses, we can have them all, right? I could have an excuse. all kinds of excuses, but you can use those excuses to take that pain into purpose. And I just want to say that to this team. And David, I'm saying this because David helped me to see that in that meeting. When my husband was in intensive care, I went to Atlanta and he helped me to see how I could take my pain and turn it into purpose. And now I make some nice money. I get 2 checks and haven't been able to change my family's address. I'm sitting in my second home in Dallas, all because of Travorium. I drive 2 vehicles because of Travorium. I was able to upgrade my granddaughter's life, and she living in her luxury apartment off of Beale Street because of Travorium. I'm able to send my granddaughter to a special private school because of Travorium. David talks to me about income strategies and investments and things like that for my children's children. So I just want to share that with you because I really want you to understand that the leader that's leading this company, because as new people are coming in, especially with network marketing experience, we're always in our back of our mind thinking, when is this company going to crash?
Yeah,
and I know that David Hart and Travorium will be here for the long haul. So I just want to say that. Donnie, I saw you.
No, I really appreciate it, Coach D. And again, Mr. Hart, I'm overwhelmed, right? My heart is full because a lot of us on this call, and I'll be brief. I always say that, right? I'll be brief, but stick close to your leader, the person who told you about the business, but not necessarily just that person, because you never know what they're going through, right? One of the things I would say, stick close to Coach D, because even through this time, right? We all are going through things, but you fight through it. And as a network marketer, I appreciate everything that Mr. Hart says, because I've been beat up. We've been beat up, right? And to find a company like this with the leader, the owner with a heart of gold, you can truly rest your head on this now and say, you know what? Now I can build, because you hear his heart. So many times we get involved with different companies and you really don't have the back end of it. You really don't really know what's going on. Okay. And like she said, they're about to close in 6 months, and they kind of have an idea that they're about to close in 6 months because they're trying to fight through it. But yet people are coming in every single day. That's not this. And you hear the heart of the owner to let you know, we've been here for 12, 13, and we're going to be here for the next 100 years, right? And he's doing everything he possibly can in his power to do things right. The integrity, right? And I love that. And that allows people like us to come in and really begin to build. And a lot of you know that when I came in, I didn't come in like that. I didn't come in to build. I was beat up. But what I did come in to do was travel, right? And so the product itself will sell everybody, because there are a lot of people, they want to travel. And then when you see the culture of what we have, and to say, wait a minute, I can just get 3 people and I don't have to pay the 135. But you know what, guys? The 3 people get to 6, 12. And before you know it, that person is earning an extra $500 to $700 a month. I always say an extra $500 to $700 is not a whole lot of money. However, if it can pay a bill or 2, you are really helping folks, because at that point now they see more, right? And now they want to get to a point where they are bringing in that $25 a month. That $2,500 will pay a rent, it'll pay mortgage, right? And then they see further. So again, don't despise small beginnings. Some of you just gotten in, and you just got in to travel. There's a lot more to the company because you have the heart of the CEO, and then you have the heart of a lady who's leading this team fearlessly, who in my opinion, she is the best mentor that I've ever personally had, and that I think all of us have. So again, Coach D, thank you so much, and Mr. Hart, thank you.
Kind words. Very nice.
Hey, Mr. Hart.
Yes, sir.
All right. How are you, sir?
Early today, huh?
Good, John.
Well, I mean, listen, this is I love the calls like this. I was telling James the other day, I was like, I was talking to, who I was talking to, I said, man, the owner has a great heart, even though his last name is Hart. So but there are some things you said that really resonated with me. Just in the industry, new people coming in, the industry, wanting to make it, wanting to really make it. And one of the things when I first came, when I realized the business opportunity in January, being in it since August, and then realized it in January, Coach D has an environment and a culture of people who've been in the industry, came to the industry, or had never been in the industry, and now they're making money. And that was very important to me, to see that. And you said something, and a couple of things here, and I just want to highlight a couple of things. And I would love for you to speak to it, because we have a lot of new people here, a lot of hurt people from network marketing for one reason or another. But when you can come to a company has the pedigree, that knows the owner has you have a heart because you were in the field, and now you're in the ownership side. That doesn't happen, because that's a very important part of this company, is the experience that you had. And so here, you said late to the party. Many times, and I've been in the industry 30 years or so. So I've been late to the party to most companies most of the time. And this is a 12-year-old company, but it's ground floor, and it's ground floor. And that's what I see. When I came here, I was so excited that I didn't see the big name leaders. I didn't see the same old people recycling. And I came to a company here, and I said, everybody's the leader. This is the new generation of leaders coming up, and we're doing it here in Travorium. And so can you speak to that, about being late to the party? Because everybody's here now. That means we're not late, coming from where you come from. And sometimes people come in and then they'll sit for a while. And I think one of the most important things is, you said earlier as well, learn more from your pain. You learn more from your pain. And so when you come here to a company, the pain most of the time is what I didn't do, or who didn't help me, or, income most of the time is where it is. Right. And so now you said it, where somebody's making 200,000, gonna make 200,000 this year, and being a builder and just a lover of people, can you speak to that, about being late to the party, but not late to this party?
Yeah, that's good points. You're not late to this party. We're little in a lot of countries. And we're very stable as a company, in terms of the company's profit, operations. Our compensation plan is very stable. Those are important things to keep in mind. James saw our company when we were not where we are today. We offered travel, but it wasn't the only product that we offered. So we've matured as a company, and we are ready for exponential growth today. Our corporate staff has matured. Our vendors have matured. I've matured. So when you look at our company today, we are not the same company by any means. We've improved. You're going to run across people, I believe, that when they look at this opportunity, they're going to go, you got to be kidding me. I can make this kind of income with that compensation plan and have those kind of travel experiences. I'm in. Sign me up. So there's billions of people in the world today in marketplaces. if we were only based in the United States, the opportunity is out of control for you. But we're not. I mean, your business could go in all different areas of the world. We do business in, Spanish, French, Russian, and English, right? So Spanish, French, Russian, and English. We offer customer support and business in all four of those languages. And so the opportunity is big as you can dream it. What's my vision for the company? My vision's big enough to encompass all your dreams. My vision is to be here 10 years from today, 20 years from today. My vision is not to be the fastest company to $1 billion. That's the company that has lots of problems. My vision is to be here and offer service, to do what we say we're going to do, and to be here 10 years from today. If we do those things right, then everything else will take care of itself. Through pain, I believe that pain is a teacher of all things, if you really pay attention. Some human beings, they want to shy away from the pain and not learn from it. But if you don't learn from your pain, then you go through that same process all over again. You keep experiencing the same type of pain. So I believe that pain and failure is the biggest teacher of all. And through our pain and through our failures is where we find success, I guess. So hopefully that answered that question, John.
Yes, yes, sir. Mr. Hart, and one more, and that's it for me. I just wanted to, because coming into this opportunity in any network marketing company or whatever, and I think one of the things that you talked about was listening to the prospect, listening to the people, and kind of elaborate on that for us.
So you know what? We're in good space right now because Adele is at the gym and she's working out, so she's not here right now. So I can tell you that I'm a master of communication. But if my wife was here, she would be telling you, "Oh no, good Lord, you need to master communication." So a big part of prospecting people is hearing what they're saying, and then realize that sometimes less is more when you're talking to people. If you get into the weeds of explaining every detail, every travel detail we have, and all the great deals, and somebody might look at that and they've never, for example, they've never traveled before, right? Their traveling experience is going to their in-laws or going to their rich aunt's house, down by the beach for the weekend. So we have to listen to what other people are saying when we're making our comments and our statements about the opportunity. And I believe that less is more. Let the prospect, you say some key points to grab their attention, but let them kind of help to, ask those questions, because when it's a two-way conversation and they're asking questions, then you're leading them down the path of like this discovery, like they want to know more. So early on in network marketing, I would be the guy that was throw up on everybody. I'd be like, I'm going to tell you about the compensation plan. And oh my gosh, we have this coded bonus and ambassador pool bonus. And we got this bonus over here. And when you do that, you get that bonus. And oh my goodness, people are like, huh? What are you talking about? So less is more. And a lot of times the best way to build our business is through the power of edification, edifying the speaker to empower them to say what, even if maybe you could say it, but when you edify the speaker to say it, what you're doing is you're taking the trust that you have with your prospect, because they trust you and love you, and you're edifying the speaker, and they don't know that speaker, but they trust you, right? And so you're edifying them, and you're empowering the speaker as they share the information that your prospect is going to listen, right? So that's another key point that you can do. But I'm a big believer, less is more. So almost like master your elevator pitch with people. How do you explain the business in 2 minutes or less? By the way, we are a different company. I'll just come back to something and just share with you guys, 3 times a year, and James, you probably appreciate this too. 3 times a year, we force commissions out of people's e-wallets. MLM companies don't do that. I was talking with Kevin Thompson about 2 months ago, and I was telling him that every 3 times a year, I don't let people keep their money in my e-wallet because it's not their money until they put it into their bank account. And he laughed. He goes, David, he goes, I don't think I've heard anybody do that. And I said, well, listen, I consider it it's not an asset. People's commissions sitting on my e-wallet. It is it's a debt that I need to clear out. And those people need to understand that's their money. Go put it in their Pay Quicker account or their bank account. So literally 3 times a year, we force commissions onto people. I've had to force money out of Deborah Taylor's account. I've had to force money out of Dr. Phyllis Terry's account. Renee, if I force money out of your account, or you grab all, I've done that to you too. Yeah. So we do that 3 times a year, and we don't hold on to people's cash. So if your company is solvent, that's what you do. If your company's not solvent, you're trying to keep and hold on to people's cash. So that's just another sign, I guess, that says that the company's in a good place. So, because we literally force commissions 3 times a year. It's funny at the end of the year with, I let it, we go from like September. We do it we just did it in March. We're going to do it again in June or July. And then we do it and then we let it go all the way until the end of the year. But always at the end of the year around November, I force everybody's commissions. And people are like, hey, I wanted to keep that in there. I'm like, no, take your money. I mean, go spend your money, go put it in your bank account, go get interest on your money, but it's your money. So one of the things that we do as a company.
Yep, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
How you doing? It's good to see you, man. I just
Good.
want to say, David, I use your line all the time, and you remind me that we're just one person from a massive explosion in your business. I'm not the greatest network marketer, but I'm learning from the best. Coach D, I love this lady. Like I don't know, I love her. And my nephew, John, and the Chessmans, I'm learning from them. And David, my story about you is I've been in companies, but I've never broke bread with a CDO. I've never sit down with the CDO and his wife with the caring heart that you and Adela have. When I see you on, it brings my heart gladness because I know that you are a man of integrity, a man that cares for the people that you contact with. So I want to say to everyone that's on here, be a contact with David and Adela. There's someone to glean to, wisdom and knowledge, which you've already heard. And I thank you, David, for listening to the Holy Spirit about this business. And thank you, Coach D, for all that you do. We all on here loving you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for those words. Congratulations on your success too.
Thank you.
2-star director at Rising. I like it. Yeah. What a
it's
great
my birthday. My family getting ready to take me to breakfast.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You believe she's 70?
70 years young.
70 years young, getting it done. Look at you.
That's it.
Congratulations. You go, girl.
Thank you.
That's what all those vacations will do for you. Keep
And
you
you
young.
know that, Dave. You
Yeah.
know that, John.
Yeah. Very good.
All right, family. Well, it's 10:59 and we have a corporate training call at 11. So if there's no more anything else to come before us, thank you for being here. At 12 o'clock, we will be meeting for our company, our team cruise in March. We have the Virgin Voyagers representative coming on at 12. And we will record that. But if you want to, we will try to record it. But if you want some information on it, it is a very different cruise. David, we hoping that you can come this year and get the rock star suite so we can all see it.
Yeah, we have to plan it so it's not on my birthday. You know, my birthday is
Yes.
golf in Cabo, so we have to plan it. I don't know when you got a plan, but yeah.
Yes, and but it's going to be amazing. Again, we decided to do a cruise this year instead of doing the actual leadership event in Memphis or San Antonio, wherever we decide to have it. Look like maybe in 2026 we'll go to St. Louis. Who knows? Or the Bahamas, right? We have a team that's growing in the Bahamas. David, we just opened the Bahamas. Donnie just signed someone up, a major leader up in the UK. So hopefully we can get that launched. So there are things happening, and I just want to know, to each of you, to all the 2-star directors, 1-star directors, 3-star directors, Ambassador Keith Brown, who was on here, all of you, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on and celebrate not only this man, but listen to his wisdom. And also just keep my family and us in prayer as we go through this process. This in the next couple of weeks is really difficult for my son. So I'm still in Dallas. My granddaughter, she went to Tulum, so she's on her way to Costa Rica. We'll all hook up in Florida. And but I'm always accessible on my phone. I'm still working. It helps my mind. It keeps my mind keen. But I still also have to be a mother and a great grandmother. We're taking the children out of school in order for us to do what we need to do as a family in order to get through our process. So thank you so much. I celebrate you. I have some amazing leaders, and I am excited. David, we will definitely see you in July, but when you know we'll see you before that. But Monday night, don't forget the corporate call. All right?
Yes.
All right.
Hey,
God bless.
I have a small question. I'm
Yes.
trying to open the business in Colombia, and I want to know the people in Colombia can pay in pesos or Colombian pesos, or for the Platino, the 350, for the in dollars. Or
They
in,
yeah,
how
they
is
gotta
the
pay.
currency?
They gotta pay in US dollars. So if they use a credit card, it'll get converted from Colombian peso to US dollar.
But we
Or
are open in Colombia, right? I thought so.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
and we have you can also pay with USDT cryptocurrency over there as well. So,
Okay.
yes.
All right. All right. Well, God bless everybody. Thank you so much. See those of you who are interested in hearing about the cruise at 12 o'clock at the same place. Take care.